How many of you would like to go on a retreat for 10 days? All expenses paid. I'm going to pay for that. No questions asked. Show of hands, please. Just keep those hands up for a minute. I'm going to put down a few prerequisites. First of all, you can't take any technology with you. So no mobiles. I see hands going down. No iPads. All right, no video games, nothing. Okay, good. Second, when you get there, you're not going to have any internet and no television. Excellent. Third, you're not allowed to carry any books with you, so you can't go on reading or writing. Number 4, no alcohol, including wine, as Yana said, it's alcoholic.
No what?
No smoking and no meat. 5th, what you need to do, understand, is during the course of those 10 days, you will not be talking to any of your friends or family. 6th, and the most important probably, is during those 10 days, you won't be talking at all. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, this guy is crazy. You know, I wouldn't go there even if you paid me. Trust me, I did go there, and nobody paid me. As a matter of fact, I ended up paying them at the end of the retreat. And not just paying them, but paying them handsomely. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, I want to take you on a journey of my experience and introduce you to one of the most ancient meditation techniques called Vipassana. Vipassana has its origins around 2,500 years ago. It was discovered by Buddha. Now, it was discovered by Buddha, but it's got nothing to do with Buddhism, any religion for that matter. Contrary to popular belief, it's not a cult, it's not a philosophy, it does not have any dogma attached to it. It's simply a technique which is meant to give you purity of mind through a combination of observation and breath. I want to do a very simple exercise with all of you. If I can request you all, please close your eyes. Trust me, just close your eyes. And take your attention towards your breath. Try and concentrate on the breath that's coming into your body and leaving. Don't try and force yourself into any kinds of patterns or behaviors. Don't try and force your breath. It's not a breathing exercise. Just let your breath flow normally and feel it as it comes in and goes out. As it comes in and goes out. Okay, you can open your eyes. How many of you could actually do that without a single thought coming to your mind? None of you. Exactly. When I did this the first time, my mind was like a monkey jumping from one thought to another to another. That's when I realized, as humans, we pretend to be the most intelligent species on this planet. We don't even have a control over our own minds. During the course, the first 3 days, we were doing what we just did for 10 hours every day. The simple objective of this was to improve our concentration, which was a preparation for the next 7 days. Another thing that this exercise did was to increase your level of awareness and alertness. If you heard my speech the last time, I talked about this internal chatter which goes on inside our head. Since the time I did this course, I've seen myself becoming more and more aware of this internal chatter. It's quite funny, my wife actually thinks I'm going crazy because I'm sometimes standing there and smiling away to myself and talking to myself, and she thinks, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm talking to myself. She said, what do you mean? I said, I'm aware of this internal chatter and I'm smiling away, and I said, here it goes again, chatting away. It's almost as if you're talking to somebody in the mirror. Anyways, coming back to the course, the next 7 days of the course is when they actually teach you the actual Vipassana meditation technique. The technique is very simple and straightforward. The whole focus is on you observing the sensations that you have in your body. So it's as if you're sitting there and you're scanning yourself from head to toe and back to understand all these sensations and only experience each of these sensations in different parts of your body. So I was sitting there with my eyes closed, trying to feel the sensation. So I had this slight pain here and a bit of itching sensation here. But as I started doing this more and more, I realized that there were things and sensations which were far beyond what I could imagine. I remember one particular one where I was sitting and I had this tingling sensation. I couldn't describe what it was, but it felt like tiny ants walking on my face. It was really weird. It was scary at times. But what I realized at that point is one of the things is that these sensations came and went away. Which taught me another thing about life is that we all understand it very well. And it's the theory of impermanence, which is basically change is the only constant in life. Now, I think probably some of you are now thinking, why would I want to go through this physical and mental torture? And you don't have to. You don't have to. I've been there, and it's not as if I'm an enlightened person or that you see a halo around my head somewhere. But the fact is, it has benefited me in ways I cannot probably describe. Now, on the flip side of it, like I said, my wife still thinks I'm going to run away and I'm going to become a saint. She still thinks I'm crazy. But the fact is that the exercise and the whole 10-day experience was something which is really marvelous. One of our problems in summary, I think, I want to ask, I had only one hand, I think, towards the end of it. How many people still think they want to go and do this course? I've got two now. Brilliant. My point, in this particular speech was not to try and convince anyone here to go and do a Vipassana course. It is simply to introduce you to one of the ancient meditation fields that we have there. We're all struggling to give time to our family, to our children, to our profession, to our bosses, to Toastmasters, but we never find time for ourselves. My simple request and urge is to try and spend some time with yourself every morning. Trust me, you'll be surprised. Madam Toastmaster.